Oh
Wait,
my
is
god,
this an
Dreamboat.
Overwatch?
No, it's not. It's not
Oh,
Overwatch.
God. Well, welcome to Team Fortress 2. My name's
There you
Dreamboat.
go.
I got Flatline here with me, and we're here for some ESEA intermediate action.
It feels so good to talk about video games again, especially with you, Dreamboat. When was the last time we cast that game together? Was it last season?
It was like a full season ago. I think
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
IM finals last year,
Yeah,
actually. Holy,
I'm.
that's a lot of times changed. Rosters have changed. I recognize some guys who are in open now playing up here in the big leagues. I think
Ooh,
Photon and Tatawa were both down in open last season.
yeah. And you know what better match could we have picked to make our triumphant return to the land of casting than this one, with such
I
playoff
mean,
implications?
I could say something that you don't want me to say, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
Oh, we're live. Wow.
yeah, we're live.
Whoa.
These gamers are getting quick. I don't think we have
Sports
time to
now.
really go over rosters.
I'm going to run down it anyways. We got Shekel Shakedown versus SYOPS here. Shekel has Deer on Medic, Skyrolla on Demo Man, Photon on Roamer, Candlestick, aka Rat something on Pocket Man, and then Monkey Suit and Split on Scouts.
And for PsyOps, we have Tadawa and Senior Alberto on Scouts, Sideways Whoopi Goldberg on Roamer, KTB on Pocket, aka The Rocket Wizard, Kevin on Demo, and Cheers on Meth. Here we go to this first mid. Who are you gonna watch, Dreamboat?
I'm watching Kevin throwing some stickies around here, but he's not getting a whole tile done here. He's just, deading and hoping he hits something, and it's not really working. So we got a bit of a movement forward here. Big bombs around from Photon, but he's not really accomplishing much, and no one's really docked. There we go, first frags are Scout swap for a Roamer. No, Scout and the Soldier down for PsyOps. It's looking a little bit better, but they lose their demo. That is Shekel Shakedown losing him. This isn't really good. It's 3v4. Deer has Uber, but Sharice has 2, and Sharice is gonna pop. And the exchange happens here.
PsyOps team is stuck in garage though. Cheers might be able to make it out, but everybody else is trapped in. And yep, here comes the cleanup. Trees goes down, so does Tatawa. Looks like Demo's gonna get chased up too. Those are 3 late picks. Rabbi is gonna be able to cap it here, probably take second, and just rolled in the last because of Granary. Trees isn't even up for another 10 seconds. Neither are any of those other spawns. So this is gonna be a free second point.
Absolutely massive that the man named Deer sticks alive there after popping his Uber, because he is going to have that advantage. As you said, this is a free second point, and it should be an even easier last push because they're going to have that full Uber charge working in. They do have to deal with Ghost Stack, aka Senior Alberto, who has one of those sentry guns going up. And Tatawa's trying to peek a cheeky angle here to get a good snipe in to see if he can pick Deer. But Monkey Suit's going to pressure him, and he might actually go down. Oh, no. Good and from Whoopi Goldberg to keep Tatawa alive.
Alberto has the sentry in a pretty weird place. He has it on top of the cinder blocks on the left side, which I've never seen. Usually you see them placed by the fence, but it looks like PsyOps are just going to pop straight into the sentry. The Uber comes out, Whoopi Goldberg jumps in with the flash and gets onto the fence, but really nothing's happened so far. Really only the sentry has gone down, but PsyOps has gained a lot of positioning. KTB goes down, Whoopi Goldberg has control of the fight here, and they're just edging the play right now. Candle goes down though, so it's a 5v5 right now, but PsyOps still has a lot of positioning, and Photon comes in there, takes down Trees. And this looks like they should be able to clean it up here. Everybody on PsyOps is so lit right now, but they're not getting onto the point. They're divided, and they're actually going to have to get pushed out right here. Whoopi Goldberg is actually, he's behind in spawn, though. What is he doing?
PsyOps, terrible health, but they're going to be able to hold that last, as Shekel just couldn't get enough done with that Uber charge. I thought it was going to be an easy one. They did get Sharice, which means that they do have another huge advantage. Adam is now up on the Engineer Man, putting the gun in the same spot it was before. We'll see if they actually see that coming and get ready, to play around that sentry and see if they can do a little bit more with the Uber now that they know where it is.
Sorry,
and here comes that
again.
Uber. They are popping in here. Gets skyrocketed into the Soldier, but they're going to take down the Demo. Gun goes down as well. This is huge. 2 huge picks there, and this should be easy for Shekel to clean up. Whoopi Goldberg's super hurt. Down goes Sharice. Down goes Tatawa. Now there's only 3 men alive, and Whoopi Goldberg is on 7 HP on top of that top. But a couple frags coming back here for Satisfair, but it's just Rocket Wizard that's cleaned up, and that is round 1 to Shekel Shakedown.
On 1. Yep, they came out with a successful repush. They managed to engineer that Uber advantage. And really, that same Uber advantage they got on mid just carried throughout the rest of the round, and they were just able to push that straight in. That was a great play on mid by Deer to keep him alive and keep his Uber at. But as we're going into the next mid, I think I'm going to watch Photon this mid. See what he can do as a roamer. This has always been a very roamer-friendly mid. He's going to go out through the left side here. Not really doing anything. He's going to jump up onto the crates. Spam it across. Looking for that opening that roamer always needs. He's not really doing anything. Actually, I think he sees Whoopi Goldberg there in the back, and he tries to chase him down in the garage, but he's getting picked up by Tadua. The only pick so far, and there goes the rest of Shekel Shakedown. They're getting collapsed on so hard right now. Deer goes down, it's just split alive, and he's gonna rush in. And that is a full wipe there, not a single player dying on SYOPS, and that is huge. That is a huge response to that last round.
And it's going to be pretty much the inverse of what last round was. We said it was going to be a really easy time for Shekel just to walk in and take it. It's going to be even easier as they're just getting spawns now. They're not going to have time to get that gun up. They're putting a heavy on Monkey Suit now. He realizes he won't have to do it, so this is just going to be a straight push in here. Split is on Sniper. Monkey Suit is on Heavy, so that could cause a little bit of issues. But here comes the Pop. Pop Rocket Wizard in here, right in the Sky Roll. He should go down immediately. He is taking out no demo. That means they can just start putting time on the point, and that's exactly what they do. They make them collapse to the point. They're playing around here, but they do have to worry about this Heavy, and he's taking out Whoopi Goldberg already. Finally taken out by Ghostak. This is a little bit more of trading, but it is just Rat alive and he's dead.
Yep, Candlestick couldn't have a hope to take down the 4v1 there. He managed to pick up the scalp, but really it was mooch. That was just
this might be.
Mid.
I could see this being one of the few matches that has a 10-minute half, but it is 3-2 because this game is at an incredibly fast pace right now, and to keep that pace alive, I'm gonna watch Tadua, the scout for SYOPS. He's standing still. There he goes. He was waiting for a buff. The delay strat. He's throwing some spam down onto Skyrolla, and they actually almost take him out there. And he's got Photon boxed out as well, which is looking good for SYOPS. But a big bomb comes in from Candlestick here to put pressure on. He's actually Kevin's gonna go down, but Monkey Suit and Candle go down. So this is a little bit of an advantage for SYOPS. They are just starting to clip away here. Big bombs from Whoopi Goldberg into Deer isn't gonna take him out. Skyrolla is down though, and Shuri's still alive. Very even fight, but a lot worse positioning for Shekel Shakedown. But a big bomb coming in behind. Will he get SYOPS? Oh, Shuri's going down. Split coming in on the backside. It's just him alive here, and he's delaying to the point this might be another mid-fight. No, he's smart enough to get out and regroup with his team. They might choose to re-push this, as they do have that Uber, and they could potentially stop the cap. No, they're just going to let it go down the whole second.
That was an amazing collapse there by Shekel Shakedown at the end of that mid. They already had Deer out, so they knew they were going to be safe, and they just went all in and got Shuri's, and that's going to be huge as they re-push this mid here, already locking SYOPS into Garage. This is a free mid, and they just get the icing on the cake by taking down Ghostak.
Yeah, Senior Alberto tried to back out from the bomb, but he just got caught in Garage, and that is one thing that makes this map very soldier-friendly, is there are a bunch of tight chokes that you can get caught in. Speaking of that, they are walking through the tightest of the chokes, and they got through cleanly into Yard, and they're going to work in towards second here. That is Shekel Shakedown. The Uber comes out, popping in on multiple gamers. They take down Kevin, and they are going to keep working towards last, but Shuri's, she's going to slip out there and keep her life, which means that she will have that Uber advantage to hold last, which means we could see one of those good old-fashioned granary stalemates. But you never do know. Kevin's still down. Could see some cheekiness here as they might throw a gamer or two in to see if they can force Shuri's.
Yeah, I don't see any crazy off classes. There goes Candlestick. I don't know if that was a force or if he just got caught out. But there, oh, Monkey Suit goes down as well. That's 2 picks, and SYOPS are just going to be able to collapse on that point super easily. And yeah, Shekel Shakedown is already out. Photon was caught in line though, and he's going to go down to Kevin. So that's 3 picks there. They're 3 bleeding. 3 bleeds, really.
You say bleed, but they did pop
Shuri's. They did get the force.
Yeah, Photon got the last force there. He was fighting. And I don't think anyone on SYOPS really expected them to throw 3 for the Uber. So the key is keeping Deer alive here, and he's actually going to pop, and they got Shuri's in a corner. Shuri should die. Does go down. Skyroll. This should be mid back in Shekel's favor. However, a lot of really good positioning out of SYOPS here. And Split goes down. They're going to fight this. They have very easy capability to contest it with the high ground that they have. Oh, but Whoopi falls down. Kevin goes down. That's not what you want to see.
There was
Tadua miracle play.
Oh, he's going for the surf, and he gets Photon, but he goes down to Candlestick. So the trade there. SYOPS really had an error in communication there. It looked like the demo and the soldier really wanted to fight it, but the heels were just backing off, and they had them locked down in Garage, but they just didn't have the support to really keep SYOPS in Garage, to keep Shekel Shakedown in Garage, so they kind of just...
Yeah, it really was kind of a mislay, and if Shekel comes through to win the round, and oh, they drop Skyroll at a Ghostak there, and Ghostak once more. Is he gonna find Monkey Suit? He does!
Ooh, nice.
Cheeky little play by Ghostak, and that could have cost him as he ran into about 4 people to kill Monkey Suit, but hey, you know, he's a scout. He can just run and click on people. Rocket Wizard goes down on the backside to Split. but that shouldn't stop SYOPS from taking yard here, as they do have. They're about to get Uber too. They're at 75%. We'll see if Shekel moves on the small advantage that they have left, and it looks like they are.
Yep, starting to move in the garage here. The Uber comes out pretty early here from Deer. SYOPS is kiting this really well. Trees doesn't have her Uber yet, so they're just going to be able to push straight back into this. Kevin goes down, though, but the Uber's going to come out anyway. It doesn't matter if you don't have a net, but they're going to be able to collapse on it. Actually, wow. Rabbi played that really well. They got out Kaleem, they got the force, and nobody died there. And they got the icing on the cake, too. They got Kevin, and they're just going to be able to come straight back into this.
This is really a back-and-forth game, but Monkeys is already deep. Rocket Wizard will die here. Gets wall shot by Candlestick, and Padua goes down on the backside to a Skyroll at Sticky. And that's going to make this a very easy second push. There is still a Demo Man. Demo Man even can cause some problems here. But looks like SYOPS is going to give this away pretty much for free. I mean, they did drop people going into that, but...
Sponsor signs are coming up just now. We do have Ghost Stack on Sniper here. Where's he looking from? Is he looking from the fence? No, he's looking from left spawn. That's interesting. I think he's picking that because Rabbi's been pushing out on the right side the entire time. The Deer pops super early. Deer was coming in. Photon gets up on the pipe again. He's getting in, but he probably gets air shot there by 2 players at the same time. Monkey Suit goes down, but they do get Kevin. And they got a lot of time on this point here. They really could just come back out and maybe bait something. But Candlestick's going down. We do have Photon hiding in the corner here. The Uber comes out. It's so close to put. Oh, he got spotted out by Whoopi Goldberg. That was a good idea, but he just couldn't. He can't really hide in that corner. Your rocket launcher still kind of sticks out, and Whoopi Goldberg saw it. It's like, nah, you ain't doing that.
That was almost super effective. Split just kind of took the soldier distraction and walked onto the point, and SYOPS didn't really notice him until he almost fully capped it. A little bit more time on point. He could have just capped it by himself, uncontested, which really would have been a miss out of SYOPS. Good thing they caught, but they are working a bit here. They didn't pick Deer, so despite him not healing for a little bit, he's hanging on to a small advantage. Not enough to push off of, but enough to give him a little bit of a cushion if SYOPS decides to move in on him. The real
Deer
question
was building, that's super hard.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. It was only about a 5% advantage when it started, but he's already eked out almost a 20% ad. That is the experience coming through from longtime IM medic Deer, really to get that thing built up.
See, Deer now has his Uber. Treese isn't quite having it, but this is probably going to result in a stalemate. You gotta wonder if Rabbi's just going to go in, or they're going to throw somebody at him. They probably should throw somebody at him at this point, because the Granary and stalemates and Roamer bombs are fun. That'd be fun, Dreamboat. Looks like Split's moving in here on the right. They're coming in actually through the right side, and they pick off KTB, but they trade Candlestick for it, so Pocket Trade comes down. And actually, both soldiers, both teams are down right now. A weird trade, but SYOPS is starting to move in the garage a bit. They did do a lot of damage to Shekel Shakedown in that little skirmish, but they couldn't really move off it.
There's actually a small spawn advantage on Shekel Shakedown, so they are going to get their 2 soldiers up here in the fight a little bit faster, which could be key depending on what SYOPS decides to do and what Shekel decides to do. It looks like they're just going to stalemate it out. A couple seconds of no soldiers on one team's not really enough to make a difference because they will just come in to end that fight. But, you know, it's going to be a stalemate.
Yep, here we see the classic Granary.
I see Photon moving. Photon going for that bomberino. Bombing in. Not getting anything. He just got crushed by Ghost Stack.
Yeah,
Ouch.
no.
Goodbye. The worst thing for a roamer, and as you as a roamer main can attest to, is being crushed by a scout.
SYOPS are moving in here though through the choke. They're coming straight in. Oh, but KTB gets dropped there, and yeah, they're gonna have to back out. They were looking to get a promising push in, but Cherise just didn't pop it early enough. The Uber does come out though from Rabbi, and the response from SYOPS. They're moving in here, and it looks like kind of Rabbi is stuck in their choke right now. They can't really move out, and SYOPS should be able to just take this mid with their positioning. But there's a soldier in behind, but Candle couldn't get it. But they do get Ghost Stack, so yeah, it looks like Rabbi's
will they get Deer? Oh, he does!
Oh, Whoopi!
Oh, Whoopi!
Oh, on the backside of that too, SYOPS. Oh, that was just perfect timing. Photon's getting up. Photon's trying to get up on the lamp.
SYOPS keeps Charisse alive. That means there's a big Uber advantage back in the hands of the blue people. And the blue people should be ready to move forward here. As soon as they get their numbers up, they're waiting on Whoopi Goldberg to come back. They might not even wait. They started to shuffle towards that choke, but no, they are waiting to get their faithful roamer back with them. And probably waiting just to get that Uber up, which is milliseconds away here, as it is at 98%.
Yep, looks like they're starting to move. They're moving up on Catwalk this time.
Catwalk might have
the
gotten
roamer comes in. Photon
Nobody does it.
gets Denied, though, by Tadoa there. The bait coming in. Uber, ooh! Therese is holding it super hard right now, milking it to his 2 soldier bombs. Granted, they didn't do much damage, but that was pretty intimidating. And they drop, too, and they get the free mid there. Deer and Rabbi are going to have to back out. Still don't have their Uber.
You know why those bombs didn't do much? Because Tadoa dunking on soldiers.
Uber comes straight
throwing
out
some
here
scatter shots into
stuff.
him, saying, no, you can't jump Furies. A little bit early here, not anything, and no, Deer does pop. Hit it. KTB should be taken out here. Yes, he is, and they're going to come right back in. Can they contest the point? No, they do not in time. This one is kind of an interesting fight. Shekel could get caught here, and they do drop Candlestick, but he gets taken out in exchange.
Skywall got caught in there,
that's
too.
Tadoa just rushing right into Deer. Man, this is chaotic, but somehow working in SYOPS' favor. Figure that one out.
Yeah, I'm scatterbrained right now, but it looks like Shakedown's scheduled back off to their last. I wonder if they see any off classes here. Deer has a slight Uber advantage, but it's only under 10%. You can't do anything with that. And we do see the engineer coming out here from Monkey Suit. I wonder if he's going to put it on the same spot, the skis spot, as I like to call it now. But I cannot find him. He is elusive. No, he's just putting it outside of the left spawn there. Again, interesting.
The real one I want to see is if he's going to go all out and do the evil Mr. Muffin spot from that match we casted last season, God. Putting it right in front of the door.
No, I don't think anybody's that crazy.
Well, I mean, Muffin.
The Muffin Men
we knew that already.
Yeah, we already knew that.
And a bomb coming in here from Whoopi Goldberg, not going to get close to here. And Skyroller hitting the pipes of his life, smacking him around. Photon gets dropped on the counter sack, but, you know, they were expecting that because counter sacks are a thing in this game. And they do know where the gun is. The gun is moved up to right under that both of the pipes, and he's actually going to elect to move it. Monkey Suit moving it back, and he is putting it behind the ski spot.
Whoopi coming out on offensive heavy.
Oh, the offensive heavy. I love this play. Personally,
it's so much fun.
One of my favorite things to do in this game. And that means that Sheris is going to start pushing in here. They pop the Uber out. They're throwing stickies around. They pop the Uber. They get the gun. And that means that the heavy is going to be in a great place to come back in here. And he crushes Photon, but he gets lit up and he's dead. That did not work well. There's still a scout fighting. That's Tadoa. But yeah, you can't try and back out to where your heavy is and have your heavy not be where you back out. You need to back out, start healing him immediately, as opposed to just having him drop out a window when you're below shutter.
You can't move somebody as big as the heavy through the tiny little window. It just doesn't work. You're gonna get killed. He took so much damage there from rockets, and he managed to trade, but he was just a sitting duck there.
A little bit of a misplay, but I do like the concept, and it's worth watching to see if SYOPS is gonna try and bust it out later on in this game. As Shekel is just content to take the little bit of ground they gained. SYOPS though, moving in through that garage stack, taking out Ghost Stack, trading with Monkeys. But that's kind of an irrelevant. Still moving in regardless. The Uber popped out. Exchange now, and we'll see who can do more, Candlestick or Rocket Wizard. Candlestick is just going to escape, or maybe not. He's eating a lot up there. Does get out though. Kind of reset for last hold. Big Goldberg peeking in, but not enough to do anything.
SYOPS are rushing in here on the left side. They're just trying to get in. Aren't really getting anything though. Getting a lot of damage up on the pipe actually. Candlestick is really lit, but Kevin tries to commit too much, and so Tadoa goes down. They do trade for Candlestick, and then Whoopi goes down, and then Photon. Wow, that was a questionable push, and Rabbi ended up on the good side of it. So
the good news for SYOPS is they didn't lose a ton of people, and they kept their demo up, which means that it was kind of a. You know, they didn't really lose anything by going for it because they can just wait out here, get that Uber, and go back in if they choose to, while also throwing off classes up. And speaking of off classes, that is Split on Sniper, Monkey on Suit on Engineer on defense, but Whoopi Goldberg on Spy.
Instant spy cam. Instant spy cam. We're going in. He's going in through up top. Random spam almost hit him there. That would have been just terrible.
That would have been like.
I don't think.
Please, that fans are those a thing yet?
Deer's checking. Deer's checking.
Deer looks right at him. He's just like, he doesn't acknowledge it.
No, he's
now
on
trying to get up on the pipe.
Oh my God! Oh, Candlestick too. He looked
Deer.
straight at him twice. And he's just like, yeah, that's totally fine. The Uber's coming in from SYOPS here. They do take down Kevin with the sniper, but they're already 3 down, 4 down. It's just the sentry and the demo. And Whoopi Goldberg comes in and zaps it, and he has the stab on Skyroller. Oh my god! What a spy play there. Gets the med soldier and comes in for round 2, gets the sentry. I don't know how you could have played that better.
That was the best spy play I think I've ever seen in the history of TF2.
Goodness.
Short of that one time that killing in the name double ambi headshot Mr. Slin on Granary, or on Gullywa. That was insane. Speaking of insane, who are you watching on this mid?
I'm watching Skyroller here as he moves up onto the red crate, taking this height advantage. They traded stickies earlier, but really nothing came of it. Ooh, he snipes down Ghostak, knocks him straight off the crate, so he's been out of commission for a little while. The soldier bomb is coming in, but he's not going to be able to really get anything. And wow, oh, this collapse from SYOPS right now is just huge. They got everybody on Rabbi onto the point and just shot at them. Just shot at them until they died, and they wiped. But Therese did go down in that, so it's not the end of the world for Rabbi. Deer is going to be up about 8 seconds before, so he's going to have a little bit of an Uber advantage, but not something very significant.
I'm going to give you one word, Flatline. Demoralizing. That's what that spy play was, and it really showed up on that mid. Shekel looked a little bit almost lost from having it, and they just got crushed by SYOP. And it'll be key to see if the momentum carries that way. Shekel is moving in here, but they're taking a lot of damage. Whoopi Goldberg from SYOPS goes down, and the rest of SYOPS backs off as I think they do know that there's less Uber, and KTB is very, very hurt and very stuck. But that's actually causing a big distraction. SYOPS is looking to go in. Oh no. What I was hoping for there is that with the amount of people turning their back to look at KTB, is SYOPS might just kind of be like, hey, guess what? You're looking at him, let's click on your backs. Didn't happen. And now Shekel is taking that yard area. But we should have a little bit more of a stalemate, although Charisse really hasn't built this Uber well. You know, it was, I think she was at 60 when Deer was at like 80, and Deer's now at 100, and she was barely at 70. So quite questionable building on in the process of doing that there, which, fortunately for them, Shekel is not going to capitalize on.
Yeah, they're going to get away with it, but that's something you can't do. Looks like SYOPS actually moving it in the garage here. I don't know if they're thinking of just sacking in a roamer or just going in. Looks like KTB really wants to go in. He's spamming down the roamer on the left. Kevin's moving in with the stickies, but looks like they think better of it for the moment. Or no, they're actually coming back in. Looks like they're trying to play the spam game through the window, but it's not really doing anything. In fact, they're getting really hurt, and Whoopi Goldberg goes down as well. Maybe they were just trying to support their roamer, bombing in from the right, but really just didn't do anything. So
definitely is a strategy. Rip some spam into garage and see if you can open up space for your roamer. But speaking of roam, actually both soldiers bombing in here, jumping in from that choke side. And SYOPS pop Uber in garage. Looks like they might kind of want to pinch them from here. That Uber is bound to Kevin there. Fortunate as SYOPS is just going to try and get out here. They do drop Ghostak and Ottawa. No scout. Means that it's another fairly sizable advantage for Shekel Shakedown to move, and that's exactly what they're doing. They are taking Candlestick and Skyroller in through garage. They have Photon opening up space for them.
Oh, nice.
And they are moving in. They pick off Kevin. No demo now, no scout. And that's going to be second, again, not dropping anyone on Shekel. Take that fate.
And
Whoopi Goldberg is down.
Coming in. Ooh! Rocket Wizard blasts Candlestick into the air and air shots him. The kiss of death. But they're coming in. SYOPS has already dropped 3. KTB's not able to take down Deer. He's down to 19 health, but it's just 2 alive here. Charisse is almost up on her Uber, but she has nobody to heal, and that's going to be 2-2. For such a demoralizing mid, Shekel Shakedown really came back, and they punched it in, and now it's 2-2.
Some of those gamers are absolutely showing their experience. Deer, Monkey Suit, they've been around for a long time. They've played together for a long time. I'm sure they're well aware of how to get back from those situations, and they really showed it there. Just good all-around team play.
SYOPS was really caught off guard by their aggression, especially in the yard. They just got rolled. It looks like I'm going to watch Skyroll on this mid again as he moves up the right side, getting some spam up on the crates. Looks like all of SYOPS is concentrated on the right side, but Deer goes down to a pipe from Kevin. Kevin and Whoopi Goldberg go down as well, so they might be able to make something of a scrappy fight. But where is Cherries? She is way back in choke, pretty safe, supporting her pocket. It's a 3v3 that can win this pretty easily as everybody on Rabbi is under 115 health. And there they go. Tatawa cleaning up, going in. He's on Skyroll, only 70 health. He's going to go down too. And what a mid there from SYOPS. They were patient. They played it in choke. They just waited for the members of Rabbi to get impatient and try to go for the med pick.
While you were watching Skyrolla, after that sick pop-up and air shot on last, I was watching Rocket Wizard, and on this mid, he really showed why his name is Rocket Wizard. Because he popped the guy up and then double air shot him to finish him off. Just tremendous play, juggling him around. And he hit a couple more air shots to end that mid off, and just really dominant showing out of KTB, aka the Rocket Wizard. Speaking of Rocket Wizard, he is moving in through this lunchbox side. They're not going all the way up. Tatawa is going to go up there, but they're just walking in second. And Charisse. KTB didn't check the exit sign trap. And, well, good night, Charisse. Hope you didn't want that Uber because you don't have any. But Ghostak walking way in, crushing Deer. Deer, of course, not going to drop it there when he has a scout in his face, but taking a ton of damage. And now Ghostak's on the point!
Oh! What? Wow! I saw this too, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't say anything. Whoopi Goldberg and Senior Alberto got in behind while the Uber was going, and the Uber from Rabbi was so distracted with Ghost AC that Whoopi was able to come in and distract, and then Senior Alberto re-wrapped and capped. There was like 6 levels of mind games going on there.
I'm not sure if this is next level throws or next level strats. It's one of the two of them. Let's just call it that. Wow.
I gotta look at these stats.
Yeah.
Tatawa is a fragger right now. He's going 20 and 10. Perfect 2 KD ratio here.
He's
got 2
tied.
He is tied though with Split.
And Split, you said he was Tatawa going 20 and 10. Was he?
Split.
Take a look at the 20 and 7 with 11 assists.
Whoopi Goldberg there though, pulling the 302 DPM. Interesting from Romer especially. He's been bombing in a lot and getting
Whoever
some key
said
forces.
Well, I'm guessing that comes down to the number of backstabs he got, boosting that number.
Oh yeah, probably,
potentially.
Honestly.
Because I think, what? That was 5 on the last push?
That was 3 at the very least.
3?
Yeah,
something like
pocket.
My god. Second half is starting here, and I'm going to watch the Wizard of Rockets as he's going to throw some magical rockets out here. I'm hoping.
You're hoping. He is the Rocket Wizard.
I mean, it's what you got to expect out of a guy who's hyping himself up as the Rocket Wizard.
With his
you'd think he can. You'd think he can at least hit a couple of them, and he's gonna go out that choke side. I think Marxist would be a little disappointed. He's a big fan of that garage push, but Sav's playing a little passive, just jumping up onto their crate, throwing some rockets around, and not really accomplishing much on hold. Kind of playing to see what the other team does. There's Photon with a big bomb. Whoopi Goldberg's the first casualty on this mid, and Tatawa follows up, trading with Rat Shepherd, aka Candle. Ghostak goes down too, and this is a better mid already out of Shekel Shakedown. As they take out Rocket Wizard, and Kevin and Charisse are going to escape with their life. Deer already at 100% on that Uber, which is a little bit surprising. Charisse really not doing a good job of healing on that.
Everybody pretty much died so quickly. Charisse was pretty isolated. We do see Ghostak up on Sniper here to try to delay the inevitable. Looks like Shekel Shakedown are going to move in, and whoa! Skyroll comes in, just drops Charisse straight off. Bye-bye.
Well, I mean, Charisse didn't even have yet,
she
and
didn't?
all it was Split, or a Monkey Suit, I believe, actually holding W right into the medic, doing a ton of damage. Getting boxed out, and then just one of those errant Skyrolla stickies just kind of landing at Charisse's feet and saying, "Good night." Yeah,
well,
not what you want when you're a medic.
Ghostak is locking this down, though. Rabbi is really hesitant to move on to this point. They're really just corner capping right now. SYOPS is doing a really good job of holding this off Uber, off medic, off everything, really. But it looks like Rabbi is going to be able to cap this off. They still have a really good Uber advantage, so they might decide to just go in here. SYOPS has a sizable defense already built up, though. They have the sentry, this time on the pack, putting it somewhere different every time, and they have the sniper.
Yeah, it's really the all-out Granary defense here, but Pop coming in here on a Photon, and Split, and this Uber not going anywhere. They get the gun, but no one's really moving. No one's taking ground. No one's getting frags. And this has kind of evened itself out here. Shrieks is up to 70 on that, though, and they need to get her. But, oh, Whoopi Goldberg and Rocket Wizard go down, so no soldier spam coming out. And this is looking a lot better for Shekel as they clean up the lane in that fight. Kevin is very hurt. That's the Devil Man. They could pick him. He possibly. No, they're going to drop. Oh, okay, never mind. They trade candlesticks for 2 people, and now it is just Ghostak trying to keep the point, and he cannot do it.
That was a nice collapse there. Whoopi Goldberg went in for some kind of weird play. He went in from top, but he just got pinched off really well, and that was really the only pick they needed to start going in there, and everything just felt like house of cards. And we're tied up 3-3 here. Going into this mid, I think I'm going to watch Split. I'm going to see the top fragger. Top frag.
You're going to watch him. I'm going to watch
Tadua.
We'll see who picks the winning scout. Tadua sitting in that garage stuff. Going up to that balcony now. The bombs are coming out, and he's just going to collapse onto a soldier. That is Candlestick down. Scout Roll is also down, and it's looking like another good SYOPS as they only drop a scout and soldier. Deer is down as well. Split too. Just Monkey Suit and Photon. Monkey Suit should be taken out here. As he gets taken out by Tadua, but Photon!
Photon!
Gets Whoopi Goldberg and Kevin before being taken out by Tadua's pistol. Shuri's stays alive. And that's another mid for SYOP.
Tadua won that mid. Just barely, though. 2 frags to 1. They really didn't do much, if anything, in that mid. Although Tadua did save Shuri's from the threat of Photon killing everybody that ever existed.
And we actually have a little IM player calling out in the STV chat. Stochastic questioning Shekel Shakedown's decision not to click on the medic. Because they really could have done it. They could have taken out Shuri's there and not be facing that big uber advantage in Shuri's hand as they move Deer. However, SYOP's a little bit slow moving on that. Deer building heavily as he's done all game. Could get it. He's at 80 now. And they're just taking yard here. SYOPS is not really working into second. They pop into second now, and Deer is about to have. Deer pops back, and that was just being too slow on SYOP's behalf.
I'm watching Photon here in the lunchbox. He was in a really good position to maybe collapse as soon as the Uber from SYOPS ended, but he just traded for Ghostak and died. So we're going to see even here. SYOPS still has their pocket up. Their roamer actually will be Goldberg, and they're able to collapse here. It looks like it's just Split and Deer, and they're going to have to back out. SYOPS is going to be able to pick up the second point. And they do have a little bit of an Uber advantage, about 20%, so they might be able to do something off this. But I wonder what the defense for Rabbi is going to be here. No off classes? Interesting. Oh, do we have a pause? I believe we have a pause. Pause!
Oh boy! Woo! Raise your sombreros in Twitch chat if any of you guys are actually subscribed to this channel. But we got the pauses, boys.
Split has... Okay, important announcement. Split has overtaken Tatua in the Fragger game. 25-7. Has not died since the half start.
Oh boy, that's something. I think he died this round, but he definitely didn't die that first round, which is incredible.
He did not die that first round at all, and he got 5-0.
Just split things, you know, doing work. Just what you'd expect out of him. Just split things. But wow, this match really hasn't gone the way I expected. It's been quite a bit closer. I honestly, looking at the experience I see on Deer, Monkey Suit, Skyroll, guys who've been around for a while, I would have thought they'd have kind of outplayed SYOPS a little bit more than they did. And we're on pause. And my HUD is broken, so I'm gonna let you talk for a moment.
My HUD is also broken, friend. Let us talk about our HUD being broken together as we see Monkey Suit going up on that NG, placing this gun outside of spawn again. I don't know if he's going to keep it there this time, or maybe he's just putting it close so we can build it with the metal from the resupply cabinet, but I don't know. In any case, Deer has built up his Uber, and Ubers are now even. Looks like Whoopi Goldberg is on the spy again, but he gets hit with a random rocket coming out of the window, and Photon takes him down. It's got to be the worst feeling.
Oh, and no 5k backstab. Photon throws himself back in there, and, well, that's not going to do much. Is this where we give the shameless flat HUD plug? If you got flat HUD, your HUD wouldn't have frozen? Is that why my HUD froze?
No, well, I'm on flat HUD. It's frozen, but now I've reloaded my HUD, and I am back into the video game. As we do see, Split is up on Sniper here. Whoopi Goldberg not electing to come up on Spy again. Looks like we do have Tatua on Sniper this time. So they're electing to definitely just stall this out as 3-3. They don't want to make any mistakes. 3-3 and they're on their last. they have a big chance here to chew some time off the clock and take a round lead. So they're going to make sure it can do absolutely as perfect as possible. As we see Tadua, the fragger, coming up on Sniper. Going up top here.
We could have a showdown of the two top fraggers here, Split and Tadua. Two guys doing absolutely tons of work for their team. Split, speaking of him, takes out Kevin. But Tadua gets split. Photon goes down as well, so this is a little bit better for SYOPS despite the massive pick.
Ooh, Tadua has a great sightline on Deer, but he couldn't get it. He goes for Skyroll though, gets the flick shot on him, and the Uber's coming out from Deer. She has not popped hers yet, and this is looking like a great situation here for SYOPS. They only have Rabbi only has 3 up. The sentry gun goes down as well. The Uber's coming out from trees. Deer's gonna go down. So is Candlestick. This is just a complete collapse, and that is gonna be SYOPS taking that big round there, making it 4-3.
And
what a way to play that.
It looks like that was where the pause was. Deer said as the Ubers were exchanged, unpause in 5. Not the best time for a pause, but man oh man, Tadua showing how good a sniper he is, really being absolutely impressive there. And he's so far, if SYOPS wins, is my man of the match.
I'm gonna watch Kevin on this Mickey's Wolf working off on the right side, spamming off the roamer a bit. I'm gonna look to move to the left side here. Monkey Suit goes down pretty early here. It's a sizable pick. Looks like SYOPS is trying to move across this point here, and oh, there goes Photon and Split too. They do. Ooh, Skyroll gets Streets though, but it looks like Deer is caught in choke with Tadua, and he's gonna go down. Tadua onto the demo as well. He's gonna pistol him down, takes down Skyroll, and it's just Monkey Suit alive. And I believe yes, he is a spawner. This is not looking good here for Shekel Shakedown. Trees did go down, so that's their saving grace, but they're not really gonna have anything. They can't contest second. They're gonna have to go back to last. And I don't see any off classes either.
I don't know about that mid, but I don't know if anyone like fed Tadua before this game or something, because holy, he was hungry and just beasting on Shekel Shakedown's players, making all the frags, doing a ton of work again.
Photon on Spy.
Photon on Spy.
Monkey Suit on Engineer in the same spot, and we do have Photon on the Spy. How is he going to move in here without these shutters? Because they are stuck with all the stickies in the world. What's he gonna do? He's moving in through right. He's got trees in his sights, but he's still... Okay, he's uncloaking. He's disguised as a friendly scout though, and he's just going for the ambi shots. Okay. Yeah, I guess he just realized that he couldn't get anything and decided to go off Spy.
I like the idea, kind of. Like, power to him for doing something different, but didn't really work. He didn't really have a plan when he was doing that, which makes it even harder. Because this is a hard last to kind of try and escape from, especially if you go in shutter side to try and get into them. Instead, they go for Split on the class, and he's working way up that pipe. He's got an aggressive sightline. I love it.
We do have Tadua on Sniper. Yeah, Therese is hiding in the corner in Z. There is no way you can kill her in there if you're on a pick class, unless you walk in a Sniper literally into Z. So that's not going to happen. We just see Tadua peeking into the left shutter here. He's got... Can he make his magic again? Can he perform the miracle? Deer is hiding up on the left wall here, and he Split takes down Tadua, though. No miracles today.
Yeah, Split gets the best of him this time, and man, oh man, this is a fight of the fraggers. Apparently, these two are having an incredible duel. Love to see the head-to-head stats between these guys because they're going absolutely mental.
The Uber comes out, and they kind of got popped there by the Roamer hiding in Lunchbox, and Therese is already just way out. They're gonna be able to recollapse onto this point really well. And then here comes the Uber from SYOPS. No picks coming in. They do get Whoopi Goldberg, but they trade for Candlestick, who was stuck in. And the Uber's coming in through right. They have a lot. Got a lot of space on the left, but really no frags coming out yet. No time on point either. Kevin's gonna elect to move on the point though with the scout, and they get it on halfway cap, but Kevin goes down, and so does Ghostak, and that's probably gonna be their cue to move out here, at least for the moment. Rocket Wizard goes down as well. They're gonna escape with Therese though, so it's not the end of the world, but just a failed push there. They got a lot more chances though.
Honestly, ooh, Whoopi Goldberg getting in behind, not getting anything, does damage to Deer, not enough to pick it. But I was honestly ready as soon as that bad Uber came out of Deer to start singing na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye, because that would have been them not making playoffs if Shekel had lost that. But a really bad Uber out of Cherise coming back the other way gives Shekel new life as they're starting to move into mid here. Kevin in a really bad spot. He could go down here. The Uber has popped out. Kevin does get taken out the exchange here now, and this is really good for Shekel Shakedown as they take out Ghostak as well, and they still haven't dropped anyone. But a couple frags come out here. That's 3 down. But Whoopi Goldberg going back the other way as the takeout says 3v3. Heels are still alive. Photon versus Rocket Wizard and that Photon goes down. It's just Skyroller and the medic. Oh my.
Whoopi Goldberg basically saved his team there. He was in garage at the perfect time and got the 2 picks that they needed to come back into this fight. And what changed from what looked like a mid-win for Shekel Shakedown is now them on second, struggling to hold it. The Ubers are even, but Skyroll's in really deep. And he could have gotten spammed really easily, just juggled it dead, and that would have been their game. They cannot afford to take risks like that right now. This looks like everybody on Rabbi is hurt right now, and SYOPS should be able to just corner this point. Jadir does have a slight Uber advantage, and wonder if they're going to be able to go on it. Photon does take down Whoopi Goldberg here on the flank, but he's going to get cleaned up by Ghostak. That's a trade. And it looks like, ooh, Split's going to be able to fight Ghostak. Oh, he's so hurt, but oh, he didn't go in for the frag, didn't go in for the cleanup there. Kind of a missed opportunity there by Split. I think he could have done it, but now we're at an even, not really a stalemate, but they're at ends.
SYOPS begin way in deep. The Uber's out of Rocket Wizard. Now Deer exchanges it, and really good body blocking to keep his players alive. Split takes out Ghostak. Split might get caught here. Rocket Wizard chasing. Split craters. Unfortunate for him, but Photon going back in for Rocket Wizard here in the lunchbox area. What a job of staying alive. Photon landing on a railing to keep himself alive. So man advantage. Photon is in bad positioning here in terms of holding line. He could get a play here if he plays his get a pick here if he plays his cards right. It looks like he might just get taken out. He somehow escapes.
Tadawa goes down as well. And it looks like Rabbi might be able to corner cap the split, but they have to watch out for the back cap. Photon's keeping the watch on top. And Whoopi Goldberg does go down. That's 3 down there. The entire flank for SYOPS is dead. And Deer is going to have his Uber. There's going to be really nothing to force them unless they send in a demo bomb. And this should be just a free mid.
So much big play potential out of so many people there, and none of them brought it to fruition just because Shekel played really smart. Shuri's starting to walk into garage with the Rocket Wizard. The Uber's popped out here from one. The other one is exchanged. Monkey Suit is the only casualty so far. As Skyroller might get caught, he's forcing a flash out of his med, and that's exactly what SYOPS wanted. But Ghostak!
That's the twofer! And Deer goes down to Rocket Wizard though, and that's huge! SYOPS going to be able to clean up a bit on the damage they've done. It's a 3v3 right now, but SYOPS has heals. They're kind of locked and choked though. Whoopi Goldberg does go down. It's just Kevin and Therese, and they're going to have to back out. Rabbi is going to be able to get the mid, but they probably won't be able to hold on to it for long as Deer and Skyroller are still not up.
I don't know if that was bad communication on SYOPS or what, but both scouts just rounding that corner into garage and eating the same rocket and dying to it. Ow. Not fun. Not fun. The
Uber was literally like right next to them too. They didn't get flashed. That's gotta be demoralizing there.
Yeah, and it looks like Photon decides not to. He went for one big jump, trying to land on the lamppost and missed it because he's tried that a couple times and just not succeeded. So decided not to go for it. Now he's just holding on that crate. As there is big advantage on the side of Charisse. It's going to be about a 50% ad, although Deer is building it hard as he always does, doing what he can to get back into this. And it looks like both teams really are playing not to lose because, as I said earlier, one of them losing means that they are eliminated. Winner moves on. Even though it's not playoffs, this is very much a playoff game.
And Charisse electing not to move off that big Uber ad they had. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't either. The tension is high, and we're going to see another classic granary stalemate. Honestly, SYOPS doesn't really need to do anything here. They're up 1 round. It's all... The ball is in Rabbi's court. And I think we're starting to get a little bit low on our time budget, too. I think it's about 10. Probably about 10 minutes by now. Photon goes down, though. I think it was on a bomb, and he doesn't manage to elicit it.
Crushed.
He got crushed.
He jumped in. He was over to where that area where Ghostak is, and he just got suspended up the silo. He got pushed up and kept getting pushed higher and higher as Ghostak and Tadawa were just unloaded onto him. And speaking of unloaded, Rocket Wizard unloading his rockets in the Candlestick's face is going to force the Uber. It gets been So big pick there. Tadua super lit, taken out as well.
Rocket Wizard!
Oh
the Rocket
my!
Wizard!
Oh my!
Gets the 3K! Coming in with the assist on the 4K, and oh, this is the collab. Oh no. Rocket Wizard single-handedly winning that team in mid and probably the game right now. That was the most pivotal 3K I think I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. The rockets. I think every single rocket he shot was a direct, and he shot 4 of them, just unleashing death onto that. Photon hiding, trying to get Charisse, does not succeed. Charisse very hurt though. Shekel could try and throw another gamer towards Charisse and see if they can get a pick, but Charisse is just going to walk into that lunchbox area, get the pack, and escape to live another day with 50% Uber advantage. Looks like they might throw a scout in here. Monkey Suit's going to get caught out.
Oh, this is looking
advantage.
hard. SYOPS has their full Uber. They're even able to cap the point. Monkey Suit won't even be up before they push in, and they are already moving in on this. The Uber's not even popped out. Deer still doesn't have this, and they already have so much point position. The Uber finally coming out. They're just gonna crush everybody in this corner. They are all stuck. The Deer at 96%. He does get the Uber, but it's not gonna be enough. SYOPS.
Good night, Shekel. Thanks for playing. It was fun. And see you next season, because that, unfortunately, is your season over. Ouch. But to SYOPS, see you in playoffs. And that's where we're heading next. This was the last match of the season, I believe. Actually, there's one more good game before playoffs, and then we're going to take about a week break, I believe what ESEA does. And we'll be good to go for playoffs. So, Charisse and SYOPS moving on there. And honestly, I'm excited to see what Tadua can bring to playoffs, because he was looking good.
He ended up at 35-16 at the end of that game with 4
Yeah, Kid's pretty good.
Kid's pretty good.
Not bad.
Not bad as a game.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. I think Split's gonna be really disappointed though. He played a really impressive game, and it's performances like that where it's like, team, are you
please
supporting me, please?
Please.
He did work
pretty
in
huge.
I think
34-16.
I think he'll be pretty disappointed that he couldn't come away with that. And Monkey Suit looking questionable. 144 DPM, 18 kills, 11 assists, 21 deaths. Not really doing a lot on the damage category.
The callouts coming out from Dreamboat here.
I don't think I could do better. No, I mean, it's implying that I'd probably do 100 DPM or less if I played in this match, but enough about me. But no, I think Monkey Suit's performance, he played well. He just wasn't hitting enough shots. He could have had bad hit registration. Definitely is a difference maker when Ghostak did so much more than him. But overall, the damage on the side of SYOPS was just a lot higher. Picks were fairly close, but when you have Rocket Wizard going 290, Whoopi Goldberg going 2